Hello everyone, welcome to the Ultra Human Corner. I'm Luna Wolf and I think I'm a baddie. What do you guys think? I was requested to talk about spiritual and psychological therians, so that's what I'm doing today. Thank you for the request. Let me tell you something. If you want to request something, please put it in the comments. Thanks guys. Now, what does Luna always say? Let's get it! Let's start by understanding what a therian is. Let me explain. A therian is someone who experiences therianthropy, meaning that person has animalistic experiences or feelings and identifies as an animal on a non-physical level. Those experiences are also known as shifts, and not all therians shift, and that's okay. Your stereotype is the type of animal or therian you identify as. This is just a simple rundown of what a therian is. Moving on. Now, what we're here to talk about. Let's talk about spiritual and psychological therians. Well, there are two levels where a therian can have or identify with. The first level is a psychological level, and this level is the more mental level of things. It has been seen in the therian community that there are more therians who are neurodivergent, and some therians believe that being neurodivergent could be one cause of therianthropy, or one cause of the psychological level factor for a therian. This psychological level could be a part of one's personality and other factors with that. I would like to add, I'm a wolf therian, and I have ADHD and anxiety. I'm on the psychological level, and I'm neurodivergent. There's another side of things, the spiritual side, or known as the spiritual level. These types of therians believe that they have a past life. This is due to dream shifts, having dreams of you as your stereotype, the belief of reincarnation or rebirth. Many religions believe in reincarnation or rebirth actually, but I'm not going to get into all that. Did you know that you could be both on the spiritual and psychological level? Yes, it's possible. As therians, we have to remember that everyone's experiences is different, and that's okay. What you may be experiencing might be different from what someone else experiences, and that's okay. Here are my theories, or what I would call wise Luna theories, because I don't know what to call them. But these are just my theories. You don't have to agree with them, but please be respectful. I have one theory for the psychological level. I will call this the animal sides theory, because I read somewhere in psychology that everyone has an animal side, like mentally and in our personalities, and more with that. Again, this is just a theory, but I believe that therians have an animal side, like I stated previously. This might be in our head or personality, mentally, and maybe this even correlates to the neurodivergent therians. This is just a belief, and everyone has their own experiences and beliefs. I have one more theory for the spiritual level. I will call this one other dimensions. I believe that in some way, maybe you don't have a past life, but you are your stereotype in another dimension, world, or maybe even planet. You don't have to have a past life to agree with this theory. The Mandela effect is when someone believes something happened when it did not. So technically, I believe I'm an animal when I'm actually not. I'm a human. What do you guys think? I think this one is really nice and really cool. Remember guys, these are just theories, not forcing anything. Believe what you want to believe. I'm pretty sure in the request for the episode, it's said to talk about how to tell if you're a spiritual or psychological therian, so it's only right that I do that. I want to say one thing. I've said a lot here. Nobody can tell you that you are a therian, or if you are spiritual or psychological therian, or if you're on any of these levels. People can help us, but they can't tell us exactly because, like I said previously, everyone's experiences are different, and that's okay. I will give you guys a guide to see if you're a spiritual or psychological therian, but this is based on what I know and my experience, so don't go crazy, please. You think you might be a psychological or spiritual therian. First things first, ask yourself why. Because have you done it? It might help. Even if you think you might be a therian, just ask yourself why. I ask myself why, and I find out that I am a psychological therian based on how I have anxiety, ADD, and it's mentally for me, and it can be in my personality. If you think you're a psychological therian, it might be due to personality, mental stuff, or your neurodivergency, and if not, it could be something with your brain or in your head, if that makes any sense. If you think you're a spiritual therian, have you ever had a dream where you're through a type in a past life? Maybe you have reasons to believe you have been reincarnated into this body. Maybe your religion believes in reincarnation, rebirth, or karma theory in certain religions. You never know. Always make sure to ask yourself why and the reasons behind that. If you think you're one of these levels, please do some research. I know it's not fun, but it helps. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. That's it for today's podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to share this podcast because if you're listening to it, it must be worth sharing. Check out my other socials. They're in the bio of this podcast, including my Discord server. Never forget, guys, that you're an amazing being. Bye, guys.